talk about the Federal Reserve. So the Federal Reserve too, when we first got into the bull market territory come 2020, we had that COVID event, which spurred a lot of liquidity into the market. So what that looked like was rates were, and I couldn't tell you the exact number amount, but 2, 3, 4, 5%, and they
Hmm.
shot them down near 0%. When you shoot rates down to zero, that's the cost of money. People are borrowing money at super cheap rates, which encourages them to do it because obviously money's cheap. So we
Hmm.
and then we also had the stimulus. So we saw all of that play out, and this was over short period of time, but we saw all this play out here into this into these tops, and then of course we just continued to move on forward from there. But the Federal Reserve this time around, they're dropping rates extremely slow. So before, when we had that quick sharp jump, it was like their goal was to push money through the market. Now with rates going down, just I think they dropped them a total of 50 basis points altogether since they first started. Um, we could see the increase of the money supply happening at a much slower rate, which could cause our market to as well take a little bit more time to hit those just the normal trends that we see when it comes with the that comes in the bull market for Bitcoin. So I think with those two ideas in mind, we may see a spread out bull market, which it could take, to another December. It could take a year for us to do really run through the course of this full bull market. But it may not happen in such a huge spurts in a quick amount of time like we saw last time. We may see more longer run ups, meaning
Hmm.
not as high or not as intense, but
Hmm.
they're still going to hit the same price points, but it's going to take longer for it to do it. So those are the things that I'm kind of looking at. That's what I expect to see from this market. So it could be another year that we're seeing this, and then always looking for major liquidity events. I don't know with Trump changing, with the election changing. I don't know what he has. I mean, they got rid of Gary Gensler, who one is at the SEC, and then I don't know what's going on with the chair over at the Federal Reserve either. But we want to take a look at what they're doing, just because depending on the decisions that they do with the money supply could fall into what's going on with Bitcoin. But obviously, Bitcoin is that fixed asset, so it doesn't really matter what they do. Bitcoin is forever going to hold its value. Which, if they start moving quickly, we could see I think we could see large amounts of Bitcoin flying in. And then we're also talking about technology in terms of its S curve. As Bitcoin continues to mature, the adoption is going to continue to grow at an exponential rate. So we'll see that parabolic drive up. So if we do start seeing a parabolic drive up, the shit we saw with Bitcoin with these huge run ups, I still think are on the table. But obviously, that's why we want to allocate our positions properly when it comes to Bitcoin, because you don't want to be too heavily invested into these higher risk plays when we can still see massive opportunity, massive growth in the most trusted originator of the entire crypto market.
Hmm.
So, but who knows? I'm not necessarily wanting to say buy Bitcoin now. I think now is the time to definitely start allocating into the assets, the lower cap assets, and then watching Bitcoin's key levels too is going to be crucial as well. So the 100K obviously is going to be a crucial level. Um, I'm seeing people in the market laying trades towards the downside, meaning people are betting the fact that once we hit 100K, it's time to short. And then I'm also seeing the opposite narrative where we hit that 100K and it's a key level support where markets start flooding back in. So, and we've been seeing a lot with institutional investors. We've been seeing a lot with the state getting preparation for investing into Bitcoin. I I think we have, I think I think 200K Bitcoin is I think it's a good top. I don't think it's going to last that high. I think maybe 120, 140 is a safer bet when we roll her back into a bear market.